love everybody. You know what I'm saying? To me, I thought Black Lives. Oh, since we gonna go there, I thought Black Lives. When I talked to somebody online about this, somebody was like, "You're a coon." I simply said that Black Lives Matter was bad marketing because if you get the All Lives Matter, you can throw in little segments like Black Lives Matter and all these little stuff like that, and you can create this big old marketing space. I get the emphasis on why Black Lives Matter but I do agree with the statement that all lives do matter. But I get that we are in more of a danger than other races and cultures. But I do agree with the premise that all lives matter. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I can't disagree with that.
Right. But I just thought it'd be better marketing.
I think whenever they did it, they weren't thinking about, like you said, they weren't thinking about all lives.
Right.
And all lives was in retaliation of Black lives, which takes away a lot of the power that
they diluted it, if you remember it, because it became blue lives, it became black lives, white lives,
but that's what I'm
became
saying.
all kind of lives.
But that's my point.
Right.
Like all of these different lives only came because of Black lives. So they're like, oh, since they got Black lives, well then we should have our lives, and we should have this, and we should have that. So y'all, theirs didn't come out of a genuine need. Black Lives Matter came out of a genuine preservation. Like, bro, they're killing us, and they're not paying for it. Mm-hmm. So it came out of real pain. Theirs was just out of like, well, since you have it, I'm gonna get it, which is not real.
Right. I think in my head, I was looking for more of a universal message. I believe if
we don't need that right now. No, but they don't need that right now.
I understand the emphasis in the Black Lives Matter because I get what you were saying. You're 100% right. I 100% agree with the message. Yeah. But what I look at is the bigger picture. I believe that if we get everyone in the same room, preach that everyone matters, and then go into the emphasis of the subtopic.
Well, why the white people?
Black Lives Matter?
Why does the KKK not have? Why do they have a right to only have something for them? And we should accept that. But we've accepted it for so many. Like they literally have marches and stands and whatever the case. Like,
but there's nothing wrong with that. We do the same thing.
But they've had it for so much longer, and no one was mad. Well, we was mad back in the day. Because they was out here going crazy.
They going crazy.
But what
I'm saying is, when it comes to like, all right,
why can't the Black people have their Black Lives Matter?
It's not about us.
White people already had theirs.
But the thing is, though, white people can join Black Lives Matter. Black people can't join the KKK.
That's even better.
All right. So we're walking through it. So what I'm saying is, the fact that they can only have a certain target audience, right? Mm-hmm. All lives matter. Black Lives Matter is a certain target audience, right? That only a certain amount of different cultures and races are going to get behind because they're going to feel either they're going to feel like isolated, or they're going to feel like if I don't get behind this, they're going to look at me the same way they look at the other folks, which is what people usually do in order to make their point. Yeah. So what I'm saying is the All Lives Matter would have included everyone. So now you all feel included. So when I go into the subtopics, which is, man, look at the numbers on Black lives being targeted in America. Look at the numbers on white numbers, and then I go back to, but you see how Black people are more affected by X, Y, and Z? I'm getting everyone's ear compared to if I just say Black Lives Matter, now I'm only getting a certain group of ears. I'm just trying to get more people to listen to the message instead of just targeting, certain people who we know are going to listen regardless.
I think that's a valid point. I think that it would be strange, though, in the moment, like maybe in hindsight, what you're saying makes sense, but in the moment, as only a certain group is suffering, right? You have to point out that this group, you got to emphasize, that this group right now is the one going through hell, right? So we can't, while only this group is going through hell, we can't now make a stand and say all lives matter, because we know they all matter, but right now this specific group is going through it. So we need to specify and emphasize that Black Lives Matter right now. As we go down the line, yes, Latinx lives matter. Yes, Asian lives matter. Yes, Jew lives matter. Yes, Muslim lives matter. Yes. But right now, today, it's not about all of us. It's about this certain group.
But you isolate certain people.
Well, if that's what has to happen, that's what has to happen. Because we're already isolated.
Right, but the thing is,
So what's the difference?
The difference is I'm trying to get everyone to receive my message. You're not going to receive it if I just specify it.
Now, you will receive it.
Let me go into this. Because Dr. King, right?
Go ahead.
Dr. King. Let's take Dr. King, for example. Yeah. Before he died, he was changing his message to not just include No, I lied. I'm sorry. I'm reversing it. It was more universal for everyone. He wanted everyone. You know what I'm saying? But he pushed for black folks. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, towards the end of his life, he wanted, we should have stuck. Black people should have made their own communities, and that's how he felt. Okay, yes. But I agreed with him when he felt like, when he was saying that, okay, look, basically he was saying, look, we all matter, but we shouldn't judge each other based upon how we look, but based upon how we act and what we do.
Correct.
And like I said, I agree with that. That's why when I thought of the Black Lives Matter, you brought the cake, I was like, oh, okay, it makes, but I just felt like it was a way to divide us. You know what I'm saying? Just to conquer us in different ways. That's all. You know what I mean? Because then it created Blue Lives Matter, which cops' lives do matter. It created White Lives Matter, which white people lives do matter. It created, variations of it that, to me, diluted your message and allowed the media to not only propagandize, but to hijack what you're truly trying to say.
Yes, I can see where all of that comes into play after the fact, but I just feel like if I'm drowning right now, I can't focus on saving you if I'm drowning.
Right.
So my life matter right now. The black lives at that moment, they were drowning.
Right.
I understand what you're saying with the propaganda and being able to sell it, but no one is thinking propaganda. No one is thinking marketing. No one is thinking, how can I sell this idea when you're drowning? I'm just trying to I'm just trying to be safe. I'm just trying to get saved.
Right.
So the marketing, the gameplay, the propaganda, that comes after you've created it. But like the initial thing is, I'm just trying to breathe, dog.
Right. But that's, to me, I hate to say it, but it sounds like an emotional response because you have to pay attention. You're trying to save one person and you're failing to look at the whole.
No.
Hold on, listen, this is what I'm saying. We'll save, look at this like this. All right, you're walking, you'll save your person that's drowning, right? But what you're failing to realize is, since you're in tunnel vision, you're just trying to save one person because they seem, I'm not going to say they seem, but they having the worst time with it, that you're failing to look around and look at the rest of the bay or the rest of the ocean and see like, oh, damn, I need a net. I need a boat. I need to save multiple people.
You're right about having to save multiple people, but you have to start somewhere, T.
Agreed.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like they started with this, and maybe like I said, in hindsight, over a few years or maybe couple months, then you can evolve it to white lives, Asian lives, Muslim lives. But right now, I have to focus on my life.
But that was
because the thing about it is, the crazy part about it is, every other lives have mattered and have their own community. Jews have their own community. Asians have their own community. Indians have their own community, which are considered Asian. We're not considered. There are Asians as well. Russians, everybody except for us.
Yeah.
Right. So finally, when we decide to have our own community, now it's like we have to include everybody in our community. That's not how it should be, because we're just. Everybody is on third base.
Right.
We're just getting on first base. And you're telling us, or you're not telling us, but you're saying from your perspective that once we get on first base, we should already include people that are on third base. No, we're trying to get to third base. Why would I include y'all?
Don't put me in third base. I saw you point. Can you point to another?
No, because it's first, second, third, man.
No.
And then home.
No, let's just point third. This way.
Okay, third base. It's on third base. So it's like, okay, allow us to even to first get on first base, make it to second, make it to third. Then we can start including stuff, because whenever the Jews or the Asians or the Russians or the whatever other race, whenever they start their own community, they're not like all lives matter. They're like,
they recycle
my people lives matter.
No, I see what you mean.
And then and I ain't gonna even say then they evolve, because to this day, years later, they're still, it's just us.